In another video, I talked about free membership sites. Membership sites in general have become very, very popular. Now I want to talk about paid membership sites, and WordPress has a lot of plugins that will handle this. The idea here is that people are paying a monthly fee, a yearly fee, whatever it might be. They're paying for access to the website, and they may be paying at different levels, for example. Really, the difference between the two is that in a free website, as we saw in the other video, really all you need is a role management plugin. Pretty straightforward. With paid sites, though, you're going to need something far more sophisticated. That's because it's got to handle a lot more things, like the ability to integrate with popular payment gateways and so on. Let me just briefly mention some of the features for free membership plugins, which again need to be a part of these paid membership plugins. Namely, you have to be able to restrict content at a fine-grained level. You need to be able to say, this paragraph, literally, is visible to the public, the rest is visible only to members. And you need to be able to say, I need to restrict this information to members of a certain level. Let's say you've got 4 different levels of membership. You want to be able to show this part to one member and this part to a different member. That's fine-grained detail, and you've got to watch for that. Ease of setting up login and registration, very, very important. Is it quick to set up forms? Can you easily manipulate those forms, or are you stuck with something that you can't really customize? And the ability to add custom roles, and really this relates to creating custom memberships in particular. Can I have infinite levels of memberships? Very, very important. I had one project where we literally had to have 15 different levels of membership just because of the way the system was working, the way the client needed it structured. We had to have 15 different levels of membership. Now the public, or the members actually, never really saw the difference between those. It was more for administrative purposes. But again, we could do it because we had infinite levels of membership. All right, what do we need specifically for paid membership plugins? Well, obviously integration with popular payment gateways like PayPal and so forth. That's very, very important. And that's one of the things you want to look for in reviews of these plugins. Integration with popular mailing list managers, Aweber, MailChimp, that sort of thing. Very, very useful, because you don't want your membership module or your membership plugin to be having to handle all of that. You can email members from most membership plugins. You can do that. However, you don't want to be relying on it for autoresponders and all these sorts of things. It's much better handled by a third-party mailing list manager. Ease of moving members between levels. This is very important. Can you do it manually? Can you do it automatically? That sort of thing. Check out all the options for that. Ease of setting up trial offers. Try out our site for a few weeks and then move to a paid membership level. Can you have subscription-based models? How well does that work? Where you're billed every month and so forth, and how do things expire? That sort of thing. Now, most plugins that handle paid membership sites for WordPress tend to be premium plugins. That is, you pay for them. Prices tend to range from $50 to $100 for single site licenses. Now, as a developer and designer, you could buy a license that functions for many different sites. Just be very careful with the wording of it. Sometimes you buy multiple licenses, but it turns out they have to be sites owned by you, which of course is not what you want as a designer. You have multiple clients. You want them to actually own it in that sense, or you want to be able to own it on their behalf. If it's not a site that you own, that could be a difficulty. So watch the licensing on that. Some of the names amongst these paid membership plugins: Wishlist Member. We're going to take a look at that one in a moment. WordPress Membership, Member Wing, WP Member. There are a lot of them out there. And again, watch the reviews. Look at how they're handling things, especially from a technical standpoint. If they're not well written, you could really create a big load on WordPress in terms of the database functionality. So watch out for that as well. All right, let's take a look at Wishlist Member to give us a sense of what these plugins will do. Now, this is the integration page. I went to this one first because it's one of the most important things for a paid membership structure. You need to have the sophistication of moving through the process easily, and they do a good job of that in this particular plugin. There's all the steps are laid out for you, how to integrate with PayPal. They have many other systems as well. This isn't actually a live installation. These are screenshots. But you can choose which of the integrations you're going to make. Then they've got things like this. You can see up here, sequential upgrade. That's a very helpful thing. Remember, I talked about moving between member levels. This allows you to do it in an automated way. Membership levels, let's actually take a look at this. This is an example. This is a list of members here, and I want to show you the actions you can take. I can move someone to another level. I can add them to another level. This actually can be very important. I know in a couple of projects I've done, people had to be at multiple levels at one time. They may have paid for one and the other's a free one, so that if their paid one lapses, they're still in the free membership, for example. So the ability to have people in multiple levels can be very useful. Remove someone from level, and these are bulk actions, by the way. You can do this for many, many members at one time. Cancel from a level, confirm subscription, approve registration if you've got it set so that you have to approve every registration, turn on and off sequential upgrades. Very, very powerful sort of plugin. Wanted to show you the settings here. Again, you need to be able to say what will happen if a non-member finds member material. What happens? Where do they get redirected? Well, you can choose that. What if I'm at the wrong membership level? What if I've canceled my membership? All of these scenarios need to be taken care of. And again, the more sophisticated the plugin, the more they've thought about all these different scenarios. So this will give you some idea at least of where you can start with looking for a paid membership plugin.